upstairs to Joe Davis. Jessica Mendoza, they have the call. Joe, take it away.
All right, John, on a beautiful night for baseball in Los Angeles. It's Tuesday Night Baseball on Sportsnet LA, brought to you by Arco. Two of the top teams in baseball did not disappoint in the first game of this series. A losing effort for the Dodgers, but what a ball game it was. Schwarber got it started for the Phillies. The Dodgers kept on coming back. 3 times they erased deficits to get back into a tie or take the lead. Ultimately, the Phillies with a 6-5 win in 10 innings to clinch the division. Now we get ready for game 2, and it's Shohei Ohtani to take the ball as part of a great pitching matchup. Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies, Ohtani for the Dodgers. Welcome inside. Hope you're having a great week. Joe Davis, Jessica Mendoza, Kirsten Watson joins us in a moment. We came in saying the Dodgers probably needed to sweep this series to have a shot at the 2 seed, but they dropped the first game, so you kind of reset your sights back into the division race here.
Yeah, you start to look at San Diego, who's got a tough fight this week up against the New York Mets. In fact, they lost their game tonight. That's 2.5 games now. The Dodgers have that lead over the Padres. That's where the sights are now set. And looking, when you think about the wild card race, it is going to be a battle when you think about who's going to get that last spot. Right now, the New York Mets have it, especially if they continue to pad that against that series with San Diego.
Let's talk more about this pitching matchup we referenced. Christopher Sanchez is second to just Paul Skeens in ERA and Ohtani. Ohtani's, I think he's having a better year pitching than people are even giving him credit for.
Well, I mean, you think about it. He hasn't been, pitching for very long, but what he's been able to do, and especially the adjustments that he's made the last 2 starts, look at the numbers, the 8.2 innings pitched, just the 1 earned run, and that 161 opponent batting average has been so dominant. But you talk about dominance, Christopher Sanchez, last 3 starts, .95 whip. I mean, his dominance with just a sinker and a changeup. Occasional slider. He's been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball.
For more on Ohtani, we go down to Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, for Shohei, comes into this one fully rested. His last start was actually about 10 days ago when the team was in Baltimore. And even with that one, he stepped in for Tyler Glasnow, who was a late scratch, as he was back. He himself was coming off of being under the weather. So he comes into this one not only well rested, but looking to do something well. For him, he's hoping to get through 5 innings of work. Dave Roberts did say that he's going to have 1 more start before the end of the regular season. But as he prepares for October, it's going to be his first time as a pitcher in the postseason. So for him, Dave was saying that today against this Phillies for him as he prepares for October, guys.
All right, Kirsten, as this series rolls on, the Dodgers and the Phillies, the middle game in a 3-game set as the Dodgers try to tie this series up at a game apiece. First pitch coming up on Sportsnet LA. World champion Dodger baseball is brought to you by Arco. Quality gas for less, now with rewards.
Dodgers have a chance to pick up ground on the San Diego Padres have already lost. First pitch is coming up next.
World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. is the only place to get the Western Bacon Cheeseburger. But have you tangoed with the spicy Western Bacon Cheeseburger? And by Lexus, experience amazing. Sun setting over Los Angeles. Dodgers taking the field, and the Dodgers and Phillies ready to roll with the top 2 home run hitters in the National League. Schwarber added to his total last night. Now 53 on the season and 5 in his last 3 games in this ballpark. He'll bat second again. Shohei Ohtani will bat first, and he'll pitch, carrying in his 49 home runs. It never gets old talking about all the things he does. Second in the league in home runs, leading the league in strikeout rate as a pitcher. A one-of-a-kind Shohei Ohtani will face off with this lineup for the Phillies, and this is no hangover lineup like you think you're going to see after a team clinches a division. Got all the top guys at the top of it still. Harrison Bader leads off. Schwarber hit second in DHs. Bryce Harper went deep last night as well. He's at first base hitting third, with Brandon Marsh sliding up and hitting cleanup. Otto Kemp's at third base hitting fifth. Max Kepler in right field. Weston Wilson, he had the Stars go deep in yesterday's game, but then he had Wilson hitting ninth at a 2-run home run of his own. Bryson Stott extended his on-base streak to 16 games with a base hit. And Rafael Marchand, the one guy that gets plugged into that lineup as JT Realmuto gets the day off. For Ohtani, as Kirsten told you, it's his first start in 11 days. You go back to September 5th in Baltimore. 3 2/3 scoreless innings and just 1 run given up his last 2 times out.
And Kirsten also talked about trying to get to that 5-inning mark, and we start to think about October and how he'll be used. And of course, his last 2 starts, the biggest exclamation point, how he's been able to make those adjustments in season, mix his pitches. And he's got a whole heck of a lot of pitches. You look at the 4-seam, curveball, sweeper, cutter, splitter, slider, and sinker. In his last 2 starts, all of those pitches were dominant, and especially the slider. Really leaned on that one a lot. Count on him to lean on it here against a tough Phillies lineup.
Leading off the game,
you mentioned it off at the top. The Padres have already gone final in New York, dropping an 8-3 decision to the Mets. So the lead in the division, 2.5 games. So the Phillies have won 14 of their last 18 to clinch the East. They're just a 1.5 games back of the Brewers for the best record in the National League and the top seed. Ohtani comes home, and off we go with strike 1 on Harrison Bader. Bader 0 for 4, 3 Ks yesterday. One of the top hitters in the National League since they acquired him at the deadline from Minnesota. Ohtani's 0-1 pitch is a curveball in the dirt. He's thrown 36 of those his last 2 starts. He had thrown 11 prior to those 2 starts. Heard him talking about wanting to be a little bit more unpredictable, even though he's got 7 pitches. I don't know how predictable you can be when you got 7 pitches, but he's turned up that curveball usage. He's not given up a hit on the curveball yet. You know, 7 pitches, but most of them are pretty firm, and so what this curveball's given him is more of a front to back for the hitter. A fastball speeds in there to even the count 2-2.
Which used to be the splitter, but he's kind of gone away from that. Used the curveball more as that pitch. He's liked the slider as well. I mean, really just having those 7 different pitches, being able to see what works on any given night.
Bader punches 100 to second, charging Tommy Edman to get the first out of the game. The top 2 home run hitters in the National League go head-to-head right here. Shohei Ohtani to face Kyle Schwarber.
I mean, just how crazy is that? The fact that, yes, head-to-head, but Ohtani has it in his hands to be able to control the bat of Kyle Schwarber and then pick up the bat in the bottom half of the first. Catch this dude in the National League for the home run title.
Schwarber grounds the first pitch foul. Ohtani turns it up to 102 for his competition in the home run race.
He topped out Bader 98 miles an hour. How about 4 more miles per hour? He recognizes exactly who's up to bat.
Schwarber's homered in 3 consecutive games to give him the 53 overall. Second 50 home run campaign in the Phillies' long history, and just 5 shy of Ryan Howard's franchise record. So he's got a shot to make a run at that. We've seen him go crazy and have weeks, individual weeks where he's had 5 home runs. And how about his last 3 games here? I mentioned this a moment ago, but he's got 5 home runs the last 3 games he's played in this ballpark. On a 2-1 from Ohtani, swings and misses. That was the slider, which has been his best swing and miss pitch.
It's also been the pitch that Kyle Schwarber crushes. Pitch he hit for a home run last night. This is a different slider, though. Backs up a little bit, outside corner.
2-2. Strikes him out. Popped out of his hand, but caught the zone, and Schwarber watches it. Strike 3.
How about 2 completely different pitches, yet they're both the slider? I mean, the manipulation that Shohei Ohtani had on the slider before away. Look at where this pitch is located for strike 2. Same pitch, now he goes up and in 89, and it holds him. Being able to use that slider in a multitude of ways to get the strikeout.
2 up and 2 down for Ohtani. Here's Harper, who hit his 5th home run of this month of September last night, his 27th for the year. Phillies had just 5 hits in the game yesterday. Dodgers out-hit them by a bunch, but 3 of those 5 hits left the yard. And a 6-5 Philadelphia win.
Bryce Harper, the home run at bat. You look at the pitches he was chasing, clearly wanted something up in the zone. And Bryce Harper, the pitch that Vesia gave him was about 6 inches above the strike zone. That's not a mistake for Vestia. That's where he wanted it, but Harper, the bat speed, getting to a really good pitch up in the zone.
I mean, look at the home run that Schwarber hit. He was off balance on that. Bonda didn't make a bad pitch there, but two superstar players making superstar swings. Triple digits consistently in this first inning for Ohtani. The 102 that he threw to Schwarber was tied for his fastest pitch of the year. 101.7 officially. Fires 2-1. In the dirt, ball 3.
How about all three of the Phillies batters this inning just ambushing first pitch, coming out hacking. I don't think any of them were strikes either. Just Phillies team that's already super aggressive, but knowing against Shohei. Try to get to him early.
Harper on 3-1 takes ball 4 and his third walk of this series already. The inning continues and it brings up Brandon Marsh.
Left fielder number 16, Brandon Marsh.
It's the third consecutive left-handed hitter that the Phillies send up there. Ohtani's the #1 pitcher in the National League against lefties this year, with lefties hitting just 167. 6 of them in the order today. First one from Ohtani is a fastball bounce back to him, and a scoreless top of the first for Ohtani, who hustles over there to put on the hitting gear. Tricks of the trade in broadcasting is that when you have to get to the bathroom between innings, you hurry to the bathroom so you can walk back, so you can catch your breath before you go on the air. And I think Shohei used that strategy right there. Sprinted off of the field, got the gear on, and got to take a breath before he heads up there to lead this game off for the Dodgers. With this order presented by your Southern California helpful Honda dealers. Betson, Tasker, Hernandez follow. Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edman, Alex Call with Pajes, Kike Hernandez, and Ben Rortvedt rounding things out against Christopher Sanchez. So the two starting pitchers facing off to open up this first inning. Sanchez home with his first pitch of the night, and Ohtani chops it along first and foul. The Indeed player resume. Sanchez 3 consecutive starts of 6+ innings and just 1 run allowed. He's 13-5 with a 2.57, second only to Paul Skeens.
And what he does so well, not just strikes out batters, but he keeps the ball on the ground and in the ballpark. You see the last note there, home run per 9. He's first in baseball. See a mix, pretty simple. Sinker, changeup, slider. It's that sinker and changeup especially is his best pitch. The better changeups you'll see in the game. He'll throw it to both sides of the plate, left on left. Back to 62% whiff rate.
Grounded to second, knocked down by Wilson, and has no play. And Ohtani's aboard to start this game. A play that Wilson should have made but couldn't. And the Dodgers get the leadoff man on.
This is the pressure that Shohei does. See the mistake there. Get into the backhand, but not able to hold on. And just that simple mistake, Shohei Ohtani's already on first base.
And it brings up the Dodgers' hottest hitter, Mookie Betts. A home run and 3 knocked in yesterday. Extended his on-base streak to 20 games. He's got the #1 average in the National League in that time of 380. He leads the National League in slugging, and he's driven in more than an RBI per game in that time.
But a pretty fun month for Mookie Betts. And just to see his swing back, the power back, and that smile back.
Out in front of a changeup right there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The biggest thing, Joe, that I've loved watching about Mookie is seeing the line drives again. You know, there was a lot of swing and miss, yes, but fly balls, weak fly balls to right field. He's turned all of that, no matter what the pitch, into a line drive swing.
During that on-base streak, he has the #1 line drive rate in baseball. Ohtani at first to start this game. Dodgers trying to tie this series up at a game apiece against Christopher Sanchez. We'll toss over to first. Sanchez has given up 3 or fewer runs in 26 of his 29 starts this year. Now, one of the exceptions was against the Dodgers back in April on LA's first road trip of the year. They scored 4 against him. One of only 3 times that a team's gotten 4 more.
Think about that. That is unbelievable. There's always going to be a bad stretch for Christopher Sanchez. He's had anything but.
Betts goes down on strikes, and in that game against Sanchez back in April, Teoscar Hernandez homered twice to account for the scoring.
Something that you just don't see against Sanchez, and Teo owned him. Both his home runs coming against that two-seam fastball.
But Sanchez throws more than any pitcher in baseball. He also throws the changeup, as you mentioned, more than anybody in baseball. So you kind of know what you're going to get. It's just a testament to how nasty that stuff is that you still can't hit him. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Hernandez hits it foul. And it's 0-2. Put on about 20 pounds this offseason. And the sinker that was 92 just 2 years ago, now 96, 97.
Between that sinker and changeup, 17 to 18 inches of that arm side run. I mean, Joe, the plate's 17 inches wide. So just to give you perspective, if you're a hitter, the width of the plate is how much movement you're going to see late from Sanchez's two best pitches in that sinker and changeup.
And hitters say that they look identical until the last moment. The changeup drops off of the table. We know about Logan Webb's changeup, seeing that so often in the division. Only his changeup drops more than Sanchez's. It's a pitch that he didn't even have when he got to the majors. He had a show-me changeup, traditional circle change, but then he made a little tweak to his sinker grip, and that's his changeup grip. Voila! So that's amazing. You got pretty much the same exact throw to produce your two pitches. Rolled it to short. Stott's only play is at first, and Hernandez retired as Ohtani moves into scoring position. He's been really tough on this next guy. Freddie Freeman just 1 for 8 against Sanchez in his career. Comes in hot though, had another base hit yesterday. He's got 8 of them in his last 4 games. Bouncing ball to Stott from short center field. He'll take his time and throw Freeman out. The Dodgers unable to take advantage of Ohtani's leadoff hit. Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Some beautiful shots tonight around Dodger Stadium. Scoreless as we go to the top of the second inning. Joe Davis, Jessica Mendoza, Kirsten Watson, and Shohei Ohtani goes back to work. If he and the Dodgers get 7 Ks in this game, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow with a purchase of a large drink at LA area Jack in the Box restaurants. You got 1 strikeout in the first inning, and he'll face off 5, 6, and 7 here in the second. As the #1 strikeout rate in the National League this year. His walk rate, he's cut in half from the last season that he pitched in 2023. And so while there's talk about, yeah, this is amazing, a two-way player, I don't know if enough appreciation is being thrown his way when it comes to what he's done as a pitcher. Not simply pitching, not simply doing both, but excelling, coming back after missing a year.
That's the point of it, Joe, is he's coming back after another major surgery, not pitching an entire season and half of this year. We know the work and effort, we're around him all the time, Joe, that he puts into his game as a hitter, as an offensive player. And then to understand and see what he's now done in a Dodger uniform as a pitcher, still continuing to get better.
Otto Kemp leads off the second for the Phillies. Ohtani's first pitch, a fastball for a strike. They asked Dave Roberts today, what have you learned about Shohei Ohtani as a pitcher, watching him for the first time this year? And he said he's blown away by his feel, how quickly he's had that. Similar to Emmett Sheehan, missing a full year, having the strikeout to walk ratio, look how it has. And then there's that, what we just saw right there, his ability to manipulate the ball and make it move in every which way. He's got 7 different pitches. See which one he chooses from the menu with an 0-2 to Kemp. It's a fastball high, and it's 1-2.
Easy 100. I mean, the way that he makes that look.
Kicks and fires. Sweeps way outside that time. 2-2. Dave Roberts is saying last year extraordinary because it was all new for us here, right? First year with the Dodgers. Of course, the 50-50 campaign offensively. Fastball gets him looking. He said this year, though, extra special for Shohei because this is his thing. This is what he's always loved most, is to pitch. And going to realize a dream this year, pitch in the postseason for the first time.
See there, strikeout looking with the fastball, and just everything you were saying, Joe, about how he manipulates and feel for his pitch. We saw the fastball everywhere within that strike zone.
Comes home to Kepler at the knees this time. Strike one.
So there you have 100 miles an hour at the knees, but we've seen him 102 above the zone as well. And come up at the hands, down at the knees.
6 out of 6 first pitch strikes, and now ahead 0-2, and they're just sitting there watching. These normally aggressive Phillies, watching him pound the zone. Just misses away with another heater.
Talk about unpredictability. 3 straight fastballs. You can tell, not prepared at all. Max Kepler sitting on something else, thinking he's got 7 pitches. What are the chances I'm going to see 3 straight fastballs?
What are the chances to see 4? 0%. Goes to the slider. And Kepler stays alive, fouling it off. Kepler strikes out 3 times in the first game of this series, and now he's got to go face Ohtani. Facing the Phils for the first time in his career. Lays off, and the count evens 2-2. Only Tyler Glasnow has a higher strikeout rate once you get to 2 strikes. Half of the time you get 2 strikes on you, you're going to go down on strikes. Grounded to second. Tommy Edman, 2 up, 2 down in the second. Well, you had Harper go deep, you had Schwarber go deep, and you also had Weston Wilson hitting 9th, hitting a 2-run home run.
This is the one that hurt. I mean, when you think about the stars showing up, we saw it with Mookie Betts, we saw it with the home runs of Schwarber and Harper. We had down at the bottom of the order. As a counterpunch to what the Dodgers had done to take the lead.
And Wilson just 4 of his last 29, but 3 of those 4 hits have been homers. Man, he has that fastball command dialed. 7 out of 7 first pitch strikes, and leaning on his 4-seam so far. See if he sticks with it on this 0-2. He does. Ball 1. Wanted it.
Just off the plate, but Shohei.
And he strikes him out. Throws the sweeper out of that same tunnel. Bookend K's on a 1-2-3 second.
Visit MLBshop.com for the largest selection of jerseys, caps, hoodies, and accessories. Gear up at MLBshop.com, the official online shop of your Dodgers.
No score as we go to the bottom of the second inning. And Tommy Edman gets ready to lead off with his first at bat of this series. Coming off of the injured list, went 1 for his first 8, but a 2 for 5 performance on Sunday. I was talking to him before the game about how the ankle's feeling. He said that it's feeling good enough to be in there. Doesn't bother him at all when he's at the plate. It's the first step in the field still where he'll feel some pain. That's a fly ball to center field here for Harrison Bader. And the first out of the second. Brings up Alex Call, who has homered against Sanchez before.
He talked about his approach. He was talking to him before the game, and he said, look, Sanchez is a beast, but he's definitely a beast when you expand away and down below the zone. So his goal was to try to find something when he's had success. It's kind of more middle in, knowing that it's going to start to run away from you.
Yeah, he's saying he feels like if he sets his sights up and in where he doesn't normally like to hit,
Yeah.
if he's looking there, by the time the bat gets to the ball, it's going to be probably right over the heart of the plate, because everything, like you were talking about earlier, moves those 17 inches away from a right-handed hitter.
What's crazy too is, you know, most right-handed hitters are looking to pull the ball up in the air to the left side of the field, and no one has fewer pull side pop-ups than Sanchez because of that run. And that's why Alex Call, I think, is a good matchup for him, because his swing is more geared towards kind of going with it opposite field. He doesn't like to pull the ball a whole lot.
Waits on this 2-1 from Sanchez. He golfs one to left field. Back it goes. He's gotten him again. Alex Call off Christopher Sanchez. Dodgers strike first. So he's homered against him twice. Both have come against a pitch that he rarely throws against right-handed hitters, his slider. And Alex said on the first home run against him, he wasn't at all thinking slider. He just happened to run into it. Same thing right here. You don't figure he's thinking he's going to get a slider, but he does, and he doesn't miss.
And it's all about their approach. I mean, the fact that Call was looking for something that he could be able to push, even get up the middle, and that's when the home run swing comes for a guy who doesn't hit a lot of home runs.
5th this year. 2nd since coming to the Dodgers. Took a little off of this one. Remember, the first one that he hit is the longest by a Dodger all season. Now it's Andy Pages, who had a home run of his own last night. He's down 0-2. Andy's home run really impressive in the 9th inning against Yohan Duran. After he had doubled twice, he hits that home run. Gives him 25 for the year.
He was all over the place too, both his doubles and the solo home run. I mean, just so much power. The bat of Pages, we've seen it, especially the back half of the season. And it's been all pitches too, Joe. Biggest thing with Pages is when he's not chasing stuff out of the zone. He can hit breaking balls in the zone, fastball, both sides of the plate.
Took a fastball in here, and it's 1-2. It was against these Phillies when they saw him on the road back in April that it felt like rock bottom for Andy. Misplayed a ball on a Sunday afternoon that led to the go-ahead runs. He was hitting 150 or so. Digs it out, serves a base hit into left field. Another impressive piece of hitting for Andy Pages on a 2-strike offering. A pitch that he scrapes off of the deck.
You know, we talked about it with Schwarber and Harper, hitting good pitchers. Look at this changeup. I mean, is there anywhere else Sanchez could pitch it better? I mean, this is below the zone, running away from the bat, but watch Pages' back knee almost gets to the ground to get enough underneath it, get this thing in the left field.
Kershaw likes it. Kike Hernandez likes it. He's got a duck on the pond here with a 1-0 lead in the 2nd. First one from Sanchez is popped up. That'll find the seats. Kike trying to snap an 0-for-13 slide. He's not played a ton lately, but his last hit was 10 days ago in Baltimore. No 1-2. The lanky lefty, Christopher Sanchez. A lot less lanky than he once was, though. Back down 20 pounds on that frame. Added velocity. Stuff has always moved a bunch, but now it's powerful as well. Here's his 0-2. It's fouled off. He's made what Rob Thompson has called the greatest transformation he's ever seen. First 2 years in the major leagues for Christopher Sanchez, it was back and forth between the major leagues and the minors. He had no idea where the ball was going. 2 years, he had a 5.74 ERA. Hernandez lifts a fly ball to deep left field. Goodbye! 2-run home run, Kike Hernandez. And Sanchez just unable to get the put-away pitch with 2 strikes.
Changeup's been the best pitch, too, for Sanchez, and we've seen now 2 consecutive hits off of it. First Pages, and then this one with 2 strikes. Kike Hernandez, a beautiful job, seen it out of the hand.
A strike on Ben Rortvedt, and so Hernandez ends that 0 for 13 in loud fashion with his first home run since June. First home run since coming off of the injured list. The 0-1 to Rortvedt. Swings and misses, 0-2. Rortvedt, one of the 2 left-handed hitters in the order for the Dodgers in this game. You got Ohtani, who's going to be in there against everybody, and then Rortvedt doing the catching. And a tall task facing off against Sanchez.
The second home run that Sanchez has given up all season on the changeup, and that's how good that pitch has been for him. It's also impressive to see the bottom of the lineup for the Dodgers, how they've attacked that pitch.
Bottom of the order, they got it started for him yesterday, too. The domino effect of them getting healthy is that you wind up with a guy with 25 home runs and Andy Pages hitting 7th. Lineup getting longer. Rortvedt's down swinging. There's the second K for Sanchez. And back up comes Ohtani. We've talked about Mookie Betts' on-base streak, now 20 games, but Shohei Ohtani has one better. His base hit in the first inning has extended his to 21 games, the longest active streak in the league. One ball, one strike. Marchand tried to frame that, didn't get the call. And it's 2-1. Guy with the lowest home run rate in the National League has given up 2 to the Dodgers in both starts against him. One other 2-home run game that he's allowed all year. 2-2 on Ohtani. Shohei has got 3 strikeouts over a couple scoreless innings on the mound. Strikes out himself right here. And this game moves along to the 3rd. But the Dodgers tee off with a pair of home runs from the bottom of the order. Alex Call for the 2nd time gets Sanchez. Hernandez his first one since returning from injury. Already 3 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani over a couple scoreless innings. 4 more for Jumbo Jacks. Offense has gotten him 3 runs. 3-0 as we move along to the 3rd inning. Dodgers trying to tie this series up at a game apiece and grow their lead in the division to 3. The Padres already lost tonight in New York against the Mets. And riding the long ball to this early lead. As amazing as last year was for Ohtani, it's hard to argue anything other than that this year is better. The OPS is pretty much the same. You've traded out the stolen bases. You've added in the really good starting pitching. That's a trade that you're going to be willing to make. And yeah, you had the 50-50 history to it, but when you put this all together, this is it's a notch up even from what it was last year. On his way to a 4th MVP in 5 seasons. And you begin to look at it in a 5-year block, and there are some remarkable 5-year runs throughout baseball history. It's unmatched. Because you look at it from a pitching side. You've got Sandy Koufax, what he did in the 1960s, 5 consecutive ERA titles, 4 Cy Youngs in there. Pedro Martinez, peak Pedro, at a 2 ERA over a 5-year stretch. It was 80-20 over those 5 years. Amazing. You can't compare it as far as the pitching goes, those 2 5-year stretches. From an offensive standpoint, you have Barry Bonds. His 5-year stretch to start this century won 4 MVPs. But to do both? There is no comp. It's the greatest 5-year stretch in baseball history. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryson Stott with 8-9-1 coming up for the Phillies here in the 3rd.
He hasn't even done it in the postseason yet. I mean, that's where I get excited.
Fly ball the other way off of the bat of Stott. Back goes Call. Stepping out of the track, he's got room. Now, we mentioned it earlier, but yeah, the dream was to play in the postseason. He got to do that last year, but if you really pressed him, the dream is to pitch in the postseason. So he's going to get to live the specific dream for the first time this year.
To be able to have that combination, again, making history, something that we haven't seen, at least on the level of what Shohei Ohtani can do.
Marchand with 1 away takes outside.
We had fun talking about this, too, just last night with how the Dodgers are going to utilize their bullpen and thinking about, well, Shohei, could he be used? But then it's like, well, he's got to hit. And the Shohei Ohtani rule allows him to start and then stay in a game. Andrew Friedman's talked about, well, the rules got to change. We got to be, at least in the postseason, be able to use a player, the only player, Shohei Ohtani, if we wanted him to come into a game out of the bullpen. The way the rule stands right now, he'd have to come out as a hitter. So you get excited about maybe a moment of him as a closer in a huge game, which is always open for possibility. But the point is we've never seen anything like it, and we've never seen it in October. Less than 2 weeks. That's what we're going to see.
And I know that there are folks shouting, how about Babe Ruth? But it was a much shorter stint where he was doing both. 2-1 pitch comes home, and a drive to left center field that sends Pages and Call converging in the gap. It's Pages 2 up and 2 down. Two-way longevity has far exceeded what Babe Ruth did in that regard.
That was definitely the name that was used
#2,
basically the first 2 or 3 years of Shohei's career, and demolished that as far as a two-way player.
2 up and 2 down. Harrison Bader. Breaking pitch loops in there for a strike. He's used that sweeper more tonight. Using the sweeper more and using the fastball heavily.
Every time he's using it, Joe, it's up there 100 plus. It's a couple at 98, 99, but consistently 100 to 102 miles an hour with the fastball.
Ground ball to third. Easy one for Kike Hernandez. 1, 2, 3, third for Shohei Ohtani, who's delivered 3 no-hit innings. Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get more burger for your buck with the new $4.49 bonus Jack combo. About a pair of home runs from the bottom of the order. The Dodgers have a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Mookie Betts gets ready to lead off against Christopher Sanchez. Mookie again looks like the guy that wants to be up in the big spots. Delivered again last night, knocked in 3, tied the game with a sac fly. tied it again with a home run. Takes a ball from Christopher Sanchez. I was talking to him about it today, and he said that the one thing that never wavers, even when the swing doesn't feel right for him, is that thought that I'm going to find a way to get a job done when I'm up there. Even if he doesn't feel like he's going to get a hit, I'll find a way to get a ball in play. I'll get the guy in. And he said, I don't know if I ever get to a place where I feel like I'm going to get a hit. Hitting's just too hard to go up there feeling like it's a matter of fact. But to not have that feeling where, man, I'm just going to fight to get a job done, and then more kind of invites it. He said that's a good feeling to have. That's a scorcher to short. That's caught by Bryson Stott. And he said, I get why you're pitching around Shohei Ohtani, but it sure wouldn't mind these days if it winds up on my plate. And that's a change. He said it's hard to exactly explain. It's not, yeah, man, I want to be up there. I want to be the guy. But he certainly welcomes it more than he did, say, 2 months ago.
Yeah, because he's feeling it. He knows he's swinging the bat well, and he did exactly what you said, Joe, last night. 2 sacrifice flies in addition to the home run that he hit. Finding a way to get the runners in, and he was so pumped just, to fly out to center field. But he knew with a runner on third base, that's going to help us. What you saw was a close game when in extra innings, every run mattered.
And he said, I'd still rather have Shohei up. I said, come on.
Good thing is the Dodgers have plenty of options.
0-2 on Teoscar Hernandez, who's looking for his first hit of this series after the big weekend in San Francisco. 7 hits the last 2 games there. Another 0-2 from Sanchez. Hernandez gets up on top of it, slaps it to left center field, but Marsh, who can cover a lot of ground, does to get Hernandez. 2 up, 2 down in this third inning, and up comes Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
Inside for a ball. One on one. Christopher Sanchez to Freddie Freeman, who chops one along first. That is a fair ball and an easy play for his first base counterpart. 1-2-3 third against the heart of the lineup there for Sanchez.
This showdown between these 2 behemoths of players. Went to Shohei Ohtani. This is how he did it. Fastball inside, how about 102 miles an hour. Came off that curveball cutter inside. Then watch this slider. It's away. It sets up, then the slider in. Same pitch. Gets him looking. Shohei Ohtani, poetic with using 4 different pitches to get Schwarber out.
And it's Schwarber to lead off this 4th for the Phillies, taking very high, 99. Shohei took a little bit off, threw the fastest pitch of the year against Schwarber, his first time up there, 102. 3 Ks for Ohtani over 3 no-hit innings. Back home with a 1-0. That's ball 2. Shohei happy to be pitching here at Dodger Stadium, where he's got a 2.25 ERA this year. His ERA on the road is close to 5. At the friendly confines of his home ballpark. 2-0. 2-1. Flied the other way. Calls going back. He's got plenty of room, and Schwarber's 0 for 2.
trying to avoid Schwarber getting extended and everything that he's seen, except for that one slider away his last at bat inside. And now he's got back-to-back. Bryce Harper gets in the box.
Another awesome matchup here. Ohtani comes home and Harper swats it foul. The lone base runner for the Phillies in this game. He walked back in the first.
Both the bats, Harper coming out hacking first pitch.
On an 0-1. Swings again. Fouls it again.
Oh, yeah. In your kitchen at home. 100 miles an hour. Good luck.
Strikes him out on 3 pitches. Back foots the curveball right there. That's a pitch that he's been leaning on lately, but we haven't seen a whole lot of it so far tonight.
How about 100 miles an hour off the plate, then he comes back with this pitch? I mean, the depth of this curveball. Look at what it does. God, I love that look. You see Harper, it looks like a strike until it's not. You got to have the bat speed, knowing he can throw as hard as he can. A beautiful pitch to end it.
That's only the 4th one that he's thrown. That's back to what he was doing for a lot of the year prior to the last couple. And how about him doubling up on it down to 73? He's averaged 18 curveballs the last 2 games. He's gone from feeling like he was predictable to completely unpredictable. And guys with a lot of pitches will say that when somebody argues, hey, pare it down, focus on a few, dial those in. The counter argument to that is the more pitches that I have, the more options I have to have be good on a given night.
Darvish is a great example of another pitcher with a ton of pitches that every pitching coach that's ever gotten their hands on him has tried to narrow down. Okay, come on. Why not throw 3 or 4 great pitches? He's refused.
Sinker. 2-2 on Marsh. Don't know what you're going to get. You know that it's probably going to be a strike, and it's probably going to be really good.
That's the only thing you can predict on Ohtani.
2-2 is on the hands and foul. So you go from the sinker moving away to a fastball that has cutting action on your knuckles at 99. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning.
Wonder what that smile's about. That little mini grin. Knowing him, it's probably the slider didn't go to where he wanted it to go.
I love the moments where the superhuman looks like a kid again.
Yes. Like when he jumps up and down when he thinks it's strike 3 a couple innings ago.
I think the more that we all get a chance to know him a little bit, the more that's what he is. He's a big kid playing baseball. Here's his 3-2 to Marsh. On the ground to second. Tommy Edman is there. 4 no-hit innings for Shohei Ohtani on just 55 pitches.
Purchase a special ticket pack tomorrow and score a Dodgers Nurse Night baseball tee. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
A 3-run second inning for the Dodgers. The difference in this game, Phillies yet to get a hit against Shohei Ohtani as we move along to the bottom of the 4th, and Tommy Edman comes up to lead things off. Fly to center field his first time. Call and Pages to follow against Christopher Sanchez. Lefty's first pitch is grounded foul. We're talking about the transformation that Christopher Sanchez made. Rob Thompson said maybe the greatest that he's ever seen from a guy. 2 years in the big leagues, an ERA close to 6. The last 3 years, 3rd in the majors with a 3.05. And Rob Thompson said he's astounded every time he watches him pitch. Even though this is nothing new at this point, it's been a few years. He said he just can't help but think back to the first few times he watched him, and he had no clue. What a turnaround. What a transformation from a guy who looked like he was probably going to be a flash in the pan. Some good stuff, but couldn't command it. Probably not going to be here long. To one of the top pitchers in baseball.
Kind of the reversed route, too, because he was out of the bullpen a lot his first couple years, and then they transitioned him to say, all right, let's give you a chance as a starter. And that's when everything changed, which is, it's usually the reverse. You know, you start to struggle as a starter, you get moved to the bullpen. You guys go down to 1 or 2 pitches, figure those out. Sanchez increased the velocity, added more pitches to his repertoire, and the better pitchers the last 3 seasons.
Signed an extension early on last year. Very team-friendly deal, especially looks like it with the kind of year that he's having now. And he said recently, look, I know I could have gotten more money, especially with the way that it's gone, but you cannot put a price on the peace of mind that that contract gave me. If you had told me a few years ago I was going to make millions and millions of dollars like this, I would have said there's no way, he said. It's 1-2 to Tommy Edman is fouled off. We'll do it again. So the peace of mind, the added weight that he's put on to add velocity to those pitches, the confidence that snowballed out of it, and you get a transformation that a baseball lifer, Rob Thompson, has no comparison for. I've been trying to make life tough on him, starting this 4th. Ground ball to third. Diving stop by Kemp. Throw is late. Heck of a play by Otto Kemp, but Edman, even with that ankle bugging him, busts up that line for an infield hit.
I mean, heck of a play. This is a double down the line. Just the fact that he gets to this, dives, gets up so quick. And Tommy Edman gets down the line even quicker. Leadoff single for the Dodgers.
4 of the last 5 in the order have a hit in this game, and that brings us to our performance spotlight, brought to you by Nissan. Bottom 4 in the Dodge order in this series, hitting 400. Right? I got that right.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Strike on call. Who went deep to start the scoring in the second.
Took the slider deep. The second home run that he's had against Sanchez in his career. Only the second home run Sanchez has given up on that pitch.
Takes down and away. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball's in there. 1-2. Sanchez delivers to Call, who takes strike 3. This time he sticks with the hard stuff and gets his 4th K.
This is what Sanchez has done to righties, just get in on the hands, that fastball.
Number 44, Andy Pages.
Pages singled and scored his first time. He's 4 out of 5 in this series. On an 0-1 pitch, Pages shoots it foul by the bag. Upset with himself for not doing more with that pitch that caught a lot of the plate.
So late. He's definitely thinking he wasn't going to come back with the fastball. As the changeup he got hit for a base hit last time. He was looking more slider. Slider was actually the pitch that Sanchez threw a ton back on April 6th. Dodgers were only 143 against that pitch.
See what he goes with on 0-2. Here he comes. Pages fights it off and through, and he's 2 for 2. And 5 out of 6 in these 2 games. Dodgers have him cornered with 1 away.
It's a good time to be Andy Pages right now. This is 72 miles an hour off the hands. I mean, just figures out a way, muscles this thing. A bit of a shift to defense. Barely squeaks through. 72 off the bat. Another hit for Pages.
Now batting for the Dodgers.
2 for Pages, 6 for the Dodgers in this game, and now another one of the home run hitters tonight. Kike Hernandez. Here it was.
Back on the changeup. 2 strikes, too. A big Dodger theme. Being able to get to that count and execute after he looked like he couldn't get to the fastball, gets to that pitch and the changeup.
Tries to hit another, sends it scraping the sky to the left field corner from Marsh. It'll be deep enough to get in Tommy Edman and make it 4-0. Hernandez has knocked in 3. And so Christopher Sanchez, in 30 starts this year, has given up more than 3 runs in 4 of them. 2 of the 4, LA.
I mean, it sounds about right. This offense, what they can do. The best sign, Joe, in this series is you look at who they were going to face in these 3 games. The lefties, the pitchers, the ERA, and how they've been able to take advantage and score runs, get over that 4-run mark.
1 ball, no strikes on Ben Rortvedt. Sanchez throws. Rortvedt swings and misses. Yeah, this time of year especially, you start to really look at what they do against the top pitchers. And they left, Ranger Suarez left the game down 3-1 yesterday. They had good at-bats against Ranger Suarez. Got to Duran in the 9th inning. And against Sanchez, who's been one of the best in baseball this year. 4 in 4. Pages the runner at first, 2 gone in the 4th inning. Sanchez to Rortvedt with a 2-1. Ben chops one up the middle to the second baseman Wilson, and that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 4th. They add on. Kike Hernandez has knocked in 3 of the 4. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Shohei Ohtani has made it look easy tonight. No hits over 4 scoreless innings, just 1 base runner against him. He has struck out 4 in this game. Let's go down to Kirsten.
Thanks, Joe. Well, when it comes to Shohei Ohtani and his pitching plan, Dave Roberts has been very adamant that the focus has been hitting him through 5 innings of work. But when you look at his pitch count tonight, only at 56 pitches. The most he has thrown this year is 87 pitches. That was on August 27th against the Reds. And recently, when Dave Roberts was asked just about the starting rotation when it comes to the postseason, how they're going to push the rotation, the starters, he did say that he wants to see his starters getting deep into the game, whether it's that 6 innings of work. Come October, obviously the expectations are a little bit different. But with Shohei, the big question tonight will be, will they push him past 5, considering where his pitch count is at? Dave Roberts and Mark Pryor, we're having a conversation, so we'll see what happens in this one tonight, guys.
Forget the pitch count. We're talking about history here. Let's go, which is becoming routine. How about this? This is the 4th time in the last 10 games that the Dodgers starter has gone into the 5th having not given up a hit.
It's incredible, especially the run when the Dodgers have needed it. And it could not be at a better time, too. Talking to Andrew Friedman even before the game about just every year it's a different plan, different idea. I mean, last year was almost last man standing. Who's not injured? Hey, can you go in and pitch? And the way the starting rotation looks right now, you've got options that can now go to the bullpen. That has definitely been the highlight the last month of the season.
0-2 on Otto Kemp. Ohtani deals. Kemp takes high. Maybe even more remarkable than the fact that 4 of the last 10 games have gone into the 5th having not given up a hit. 9 of the last 10 0 or 1 hit going into the 5th. Only one time in the last 10 games have they given up more than 1 hit over the first 4 innings.
It's dominance, and it's from the get-go. And we've seen length because of it. We've seen pitchers go longer than they would normally go. And right now, there's a decision to be made. Dave Roberts, just what Kirsten was talking about, not just because of the amount of pitches, but the zeros on the board right now.
And Doc was talking about it when it came to Emmett Sheehan and the case he's trying to make for the postseason roster. He said all these guys are feeding off each other. You got that playoff mentality that they have as a team have adopted early. Ohtani gets a wave and a miss on a slider right there for his 5th K. And the first out of the 5th inning.
Goes to the slider, and look at the bend. Talk about horizontal break on Sanchez. How about the vertical break of this? 12+ inches away from the barrel, no chance.
1 away for Kepler. Fastball just misses. It's not supposed to be possible. It's only impossible until somebody does it. Kepler drives the ball to left center field. Call running back at the track, at the wall. He's got it. Called at the wall for out number 2.
This is such a great read, and it looked like, is this going to hit off the wall? Is it going to get over the wall? And Alex Call, you see him check twice to make sure where he was at the wall. Beautiful job, read, understanding of where he's at in the ballpark. Takes away an extra base hit.
His first game at Dodger Stadium, Ohtani was on the mound, and the very first batter crushed the ball over his head. He went back, made a tremendous play, and he helps Ohtani out again right here. Ball 1 on Weston Wilson. That is a rare first pitch ball. He's gotten ahead of just about everybody tonight. Here's the 1-0. And as it often does, it has started with that fastball command. Might have 9 different pitches, but it boils down to that. Can you place your fastball? And everything else is played off it.
He's been unpredictable even with his fastball. I mean, look at the location of where he's thrown it. He has to be able to command it, but it's at the knees, it's up and in, it's every single spot of the quadrant within the strike zone.
Driven the other way, Tasker Hernandez is over, and Shohei Ohtani has fired 5 no-hit innings against the Phillies.
First 40,000 fans in attendance this Saturday will take home a unique Kershaw 3,000 strikeout bobblehead presented by Archer Meat Snacks. Just visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Here's the pitcher leading off for the Dodgers. They lead 4-0. And we continue to marvel. One ball, no strikes. 5 no-hit innings, 5 strikeouts, just 1 base runner. At the plate, 1 for 2 to extend his on-base streak to 21 games, and he's 1 swing away from a 50 home run campaign. Becoming the first guy since Alex Rodriguez almost a quarter century ago to have back-to-back 50 home run seasons. I'll have to double check, but I don't think A-Rod pitched.
Google that real quick.
Look for number 50 right there.
Just had an image of Alex pitching, though, and that makes me smile. Cal Raleigh, 2 home run game today. Ties Ken Griffey all time with Mariners history. Schwarber, who Ohtani gets to pitch against, and Shohei right behind him.
The 1-2 from Sanchez. Ohtani swings and misses. Strike 3. Kirsten?
Yeah, Joel, in between innings, Dave Roberts went up to Shohei Ohtani as he was getting his batting gear on. And he said, how do you feel? You know, you want to get back out there? And it was funny because Shohei then was like, no, it's up to you. And he goes, okay, but do you feel good? And he said, I do. But ultimately, it does sound like they are going to be going to the bullpen. Justin Robleski did get up and is now warming up. And even Freddie Freeman and Dave, they were laughing and having a conversation. And Freddie was teasing him, was like, ooh, I know you look stressed out over there with that decision. But ultimately, getting Shohei through 5 was the most important thing, guys.
Well, here's the thing. He's not going to go 9, right? So even though he's got a no-hitter going, 9 is not going to happen. So if 6 wasn't an important box to check, he's happy with the work that he's gotten in here, then mission accomplished.
Well, I think he was looking for Shohei. If he was like adamant, like, no, like, I got the good stuff tonight, Doc, like, keep me in this game. But then it even gets a harder decision as the game progresses.
Deepest that Ohtani's gone, for the record, 7 2/3. No-hit innings against the A's a few years back. And he'll have opportunities to do that in the future, but Dodgers being very cautious and cognizant of the fact that he's taken on this 2-way load for the first time in 2 years and coming off the arm surgery. Cognizant of that and more focused on what's ahead, making sure that he's got a full tank for when it matters most. Base hit to left field for Mookie Betts. On base streak extended at 21 games for Betts.
Nice job. You see the movement on that sinker. Just continuing on the hands. Mookie Betts drives it that 5-6 hole, 106 miles an hour off the bat. Swing looking so good these last few weeks.
Hernandez trying to join the hit party. Swings and misses at a first pitch slider from Sanchez. Well, the Dodgers kind of turning their attention for the time being back to the division race, with the deficit for the 2 seed 5.5 games. And with a win in this game, they would make it a 3-game lead. Padres already losing today to the New York Mets. So with it being focused on the division race, that's going to mean a wild card matchup. And you can look at the different routes that it may go there. I know we were looking at the potential bracket at the start of the game, but if you win the division, you're going to be the 3 seed, and you'll host the last team into the field. That's either the Mets or the Diamondbacks or the Giants or the Reds. Still a lot to shake out there. If you finish in second in the West, you're probably going to go to Wrigley Field to play the 3-game wild card round. If it began today, it would look like this.
But it's a big question mark too, and really that last wild card seed. I feel like that Mets that's in there right now, the way they've been playing, they're playing the Padres right now.
Grounded to second, could be 2. 4-6-3 double play. 5 innings in the books. We'll have more time to talk about that playoff field as this game goes on. Shohei Ohtani, 5 no-hit innings, hands it off to the bullpen. Ordinary night, ordinary circumstances. This was be really interesting. Still got a combined effort going as Justin Robleski comes in. Dodgers up 4-0.
Shohei had the good stuff. It was really hard because as a fan, be able to see Shohei throwing the ball the way he was, you just want to see it continue to go. But it's a bigger plan. You get it. Even one more inning of the stuff that he was throwing. Yes, 7 different pitches. He got outs on 6 different of those pitches. Was really unpredictable. Fastball hitting up to 102 miles an hour. Even just to see him throw against Schwarber and Harper again. I mean, that's when it feels like time stops. Just to see greatness against greatness.
Worth the price of admission, as they say, those matchups. Bryson Stott opening the 6th inning for the Phillies. A scorcher to second. It's Edman off of bounds for the first out of the 6th. Hands it off to Justin Robleski. And how about what he's done lately? Last 4 games out of the bullpen, 7 1/3, no runs, 13 Ks over 7 1/3.
Number 13,
Really aimed a
Rafael
lot on that
Marchand.
fastball and slider, and being the fact that he was a starting pitcher, that he's got a multitude of pitches as well, 6 different pitches. Slider especially, 153 batting average against. Big whiff rate on the fastball also.
Marchand takes high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And this is after a game last night where the bullpen again struggled. It really became a battle of the bullpens that the Phillies won 5-2. 5 runs against the Dodger pen, where the Dodgers got the 2 against the Phillies. And the thing that rattles you about last night's game is the Dodgers had their top guys lined up for that. So I'm saying that to circle this back around to Justin Robleski. It's another reason why he's such an intriguing guy to watch. There is a spot to be had. There are spots to be had, roles to be claimed, cases to be made, and he's making as powerful one as anybody lately.
Well, that's what we're seeing. I mean, honestly, you could argue just watching that one of the biggest highlights of last night's game was Emmett Sheehan, and knowing, yes, out of the bullpen technically, even though it really felt like he was the starter.
There's the first hit of the ball game for the Phillies. Marchand, the catcher, a 191 hitter, spoils the combined no-hit effort.
Center fielder Harrison Bader.
Of course, it's going to be the 9-hitter for the Phillies, all the stars that they've got in this lineup. That's the one that's got the first hit.
Back to the top and Bader. First hit for the Phillies, first base runner since the first inning. That's smacked to left field. Back-to-back hits after a whole night without one.
Just look at the pitch location of the last 2 hits. Fastball middle, this one cutter just left right over the middle part of the plate. Harrison Bader, as hot of a bat as he's been swinging it. See the bat speed there is going to take advantage. Back-to-back hits for the Phillies.
Ahead of Schwarber. Well, in addition to the 53 home runs to lead the National League, Schwarber leads the major leagues with 128 driven in. That's the most on the Phillies by 55. 128 for Kyle Schwarber. The next highest total is Bryce Harper's 73. Talked about it last night. The crown has kind of been passed in who scares you most in this lineup. Yeah, Harper still, and especially in October, makes you shake in your boots, but Kyle Schwarber having a season above and beyond.
Schwarber 3-0 right now, but more at bats than not because of Harper hitting after him. He gets more pitches to be able to take advantage of. Rarely do you see these counts against Schwarber. Harper still a threat on deck. Schwarber's talked about how much he loves that. Just knowing he's that kind of hitter that just, I mean, he has hit the entire time. Yes, all the way until the ball's being thrown. So he wants to see strikes.
3-1 pitch. Schwarber lines the ball into center field. That'll get down for a hit, and they'll go station to station, and the bases are loaded. Bryce Harper is going to come up here representing the tying run in the 6th. After 5 no-hit innings for Ohtani, 3 consecutive hits for the Phillies against Robleski.
Fans are getting upset too, as much as they were cheering on what Ohtani was doing. They weren't happy to see him come out of the game. Bad silence for the Phillies, and now they've come to life here in the 6th.
Well, bummed to see him come out of the game, and also the cumulative effect of, man, we've seen this movie before and we don't like it. Really low grade on Rotten Tomatoes for this movie. Enriquez. Decade and a half in the big leagues for Bryce Harper. Hall of Fame career. He's lived for the big moments. Chance to tie this game with one swing for a guy with 27 home runs on the year. Lines the first one he sees to right center field. First 2 runs for the Phillies cross the plate. Harper's into second with a double. It's 4-2 just like that.
Seen Harper first pitch swing all 3 of his bats. He gets a slider, and you just watch how he stays through this pitch, moving away from the barrel, drives it out in the outfield. 2-run score for the Phillies. A lot of hard contact, 4 consecutive hits.
And Robleski, who had 7 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings, had given up just 1 hit in that time. 4 in a row here. Tying run in scoring position. Brandon Marsh at the plate. Marsh, one of the top hitters in the league against righties, but has struggled against lefties. Oh, 0-2. Fly ball to deep right field. Hernandez back. It's gone, and so is the lead. Five no-hit innings for Shohei Ohtani. 5-run blitz against Justin Robleski has flipped the game on its head.
Too much part of the plate, and that's what we've seen. The fastball, the slider, everything Justin Robleski has thrown has just been over the meaty part of the plate. Brandon Marsh taking advantage. Dave Roberts, not everyone's favorite person right now in this ballpark.
Well, it doesn't matter who Dave puts out there lately. It has not gone great for this bullpen. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, serving up handcrafted pizza, crispy fried chicken, and famous Mojo potatoes for 70 years. Well, 5-4 Philadelphia. Enriquez takes over. Otto Kemp takes low. Enriquez, 17 games this year, has put up zeros in 16 of them.
1 run allowed in those 17 appearances.
Couple of fastballs to start Otto Kemp, who's 0 for 2 in this game. 2 Ks against Ohtani. And then he breaks off a slider that'll get popped into right center field. Who wants it? Pages and Hernandez. It's Pages to make the grab. So you got the fastballs that are around 100 for Henriquez, but it's the cutter and the slider that have been the big difference makers. Opponents now 1 for 21 against those two pitches.
You have to get a hit even on the slider. 0 for 7, .077 against that cutter. Throw them off of each other, but you're right. 100-mile-an-hour fastball, pretty decent to set up those two pitches.
2 outs, base is empty. Max Kepler, Philly right fielder, takes a little bit low. According to Todd Tichenor, the ball's and strikes man tonight. The righty from Venezuela's home with a 1-0 pitch. And a high fly ball deep to right field. That one's headed way back there and gone. Second home run of the inning. It is a 6-run inning for the Phillies.
First home run, he's given up on that cutter and leaves it just up in the zone, and that's what we've seen both from Robleski and now Henriquez. Over the middle part of the plate, Max Kepler, tall posture, staying on top of that pitch. 6-run this inning.
Wilson.
Part of it too, Joe, is Shohei Ohtani. The stuff was so good. I mean, every pitch just absolutely dotted. The movement off of that you get now. Pitches left over the middle part of the plate. How much more meatier it looks to a lineup that was just getting chewed up and spit out by what Shohei was doing.
And he was so dominant. It's one of those days where it's like anybody but him. Once that change happens, it feels like you have a chance. Henriquez, after giving up the first home run of his career here in this is 21st game, goes to 3-0 on the next hitter. Second time in as many nights the Phillies have taken the lead late in the game. Dodgers led 3-1 going into the late innings last night. After both starters had left the game, the Phillies then got a 3-run 7th, got a run in the 8th, and won it in the 10th. That's a walk. And the guy that started this inning, in Bryson Stott, will come up. And Stott started this inning by grounding out. He's like, all right, Robleski's going to just keep on doing what Ohtani had been doing, but 5 consecutive hits from there, capped off by Marsh's home run.
Shortstop, Bryson Stott.
Pitch clock violation. There goes Wilson. Throw down from Nordvet is not in time, and a stolen base for Weston Wilson.
It's definitely on the jump. Wilson got a tremendous jump, no chance.
You sure?
Yeah, maybe there was a chance. Close.
Dodgers going to challenge. Helmet somehow stayed on there for a moment. They got him. Ben Rortvedt continues to make an impact.
How about the throw after the pitch location, too? A ball that he had to reach on. Dodgers already coming off the field. Once you see up on the big screen, they got him.
Phillies deliver a gut punch here in the 6th.
Runners out. Los Angeles is
6 runs against the bullpen.
Come join us Thursday night against the Giants. Be one of the first 40,000 fans. And you're going to score a Tyler Glasnow bobblehead. Presented by Nikaido. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Phillies have taken the lead from down 4-0 to ahead 6-4 to the bottom of the 6th we go. Christopher Sanchez is saying, my guys. He's on the hook. Now in position to win this game as he goes to work against Freddie Freeman and misses high with his first pitch. Gave up 3 runs in the 2nd, gave up a run in the 4th. Faces Freeman, Edman, and Call here in the 6th. On a 1-0, Freeman takes strike 1. Freddie's 0 for 2 today. Has grounded out twice in this game and now 1 for 10 against Sanchez lifetime.
Sanchez is both lefties and righties getting in on the hands with that fastball. You see a lot of times from lefties in on the hands to righties, but he will also be able to let that sinker run into these left-handed batters.
Another 1-2 pitch comes home to Freeman. And he grounds it gently right side, hustles out of the box. Wilson will shovel it on to first to get him. Christopher Sanchez trying to do something he's never done, and that is give up 4 runs in a game and get the win. It's an offense without Trey Turner, without Alec Bohm, today without JT Realmuto. Probably a lot of them feeling a little bit banged up after a championship celebration last night, but Phillies throughout the year have done things like this where there are reasons to count them out, and then they look like a team that just has something special. It's a team that's been here, done that, right? It's going to be a 4th consecutive playoff trip. It's much of the same group that it was for the first 3. You've got a few of those guys that are in the final years of their contract. Schwarber, Realmuto, Suarez, who started yesterday's game. So whatever magic may come from that window potentially closing, that on the minds of these guys that, yeah, we've had a few chances. I don't know how many more we're going to get together. Smacked to second. Wilson, hot hands to get Tommy Edman 2 away. But it seems that that urgency is creating something special as well for the Phillies.
Tremendous play with Weston Wilson being able to just tackle this thing. Linebacker trying to get around it. 104 miles an hour off the bat. Yeah, I honestly thought this lineup was going to be pretty vacant. A lot of the big names. They had beer bongs going last night. All the stuff on social media celebrating their 2nd consecutive division title. And you got to remember, too, the night before they had a 5-hour delay coming into LA, landed after 2 o'clock in the morning.
Call on 0-1, takes downstairs, 1-1.
We talked about even last night how tired they were and really just willing themselves late in an extra inning game. Kyle Schwarber, a big piece of kind of captaining this team and this offense.
Didn't get the call right there. So Call moves ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. And a 6-4 game in the 6th. So similar to last night in that the Dodgers have seen the lead disappear. They'd love if it could be similar in that they erase it. 3 times last night they did that. And now to figure things out in close games. That was the Dodgers' 14th loss out of their last 21-run games. That's the worst in baseball over that time, which goes back to early July. Prior to that, they were 16 and 9 in 1-run games, which was 3rd best in baseball. Two and two on Alex Call. Here's the pitch from Sanchez. Count is full. Tajes on deck.
It's interesting, though, as it's felt with the Dodgers second half of the season. You look at their record comparatively, 106 games in to last year. They're 1 game difference. I mean, still the record that they have, world champion season.
Flipped into center field for Harrison Bader, and a 1-2-3-6 for Christopher Sanchez. World champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, celebrating 20 years of good times. A 6-run 6th inning, turning this game around for the Phillies. On to the 7th we go, and Jack Dreyer will try to get back on the saddle. Back in the saddle, back on the beam. He had 8 consecutive scoreless outings prior to last night when Weston Wilson took him deep. Eight, 9, and 1 coming up. Stott, Marchand, and Bader. Strike 1 on Stott. 0 for 2 today, trying to extend his on-base streak. Stott's hitting .364 over a 16-game streak. Here's the 0-1 from Dreyer. 1-1. Strike 2.
This is a little bit of the success that Ohtani had against this Phillies lineup. What Jack Dreyer's doing right now, he's missing the last 2 pitchers, is just locating that fastball up in on the hands, breaking ball out of the zone, low and away.
Bouncer to second. Tommy Edman's been busy today. Bader can really run, so he had to hurry it up there, and he got him for the first out of the 7th.
Catcher Rafael Marchand.
Well, I mentioned that the Mets beat the Padres earlier today. That's desperate to get every win they can at this point, trying to hang on to that last playoff spot. Diamondbacks and Giants are the 2 teams chasing them. Diamondbacks are 2 out. Giants are 2.5 out. And in the 9th inning, 5-5, those 2 teams head to head.
Yeah, there's some fun series this week. I mean, it's always fun you get down to the end of the season, but the fact that almost baseball gods put the teams together, they're going to be fighting even starting this series, knowing these 2 teams trying to get that 2nd spot to get a bye. And the fact that the Diamondbacks and the the Diamondbacks and the Giants going head to head to try to beat out the Mets for that last wild card spot.
Giants got 4 runs in the 1st inning tonight, but the Diamondbacks battled back. It was 5-5 in the 5th. That's where it is in the 9th. That's where the Dodgers head next week. So obviously the Giants are coming in this weekend. Second time they'll see the Giants over a week span. The Dodgers then head on to take on the Diamondbacks. You're talking about what the Mariners are doing lately. Got a 10th consecutive win tonight. Who knows what the final 3 games are going to be like in Seattle? Or the Mariners going to be playing for a playoff spot?
Houston beating Texas 6-5.
What a pick by Kike Hernandez in time to get Marchand. Wow. Pretty play.
Just the sprint speed and then the hands. I mean, Kike Hernandez, not even, how about a no-look grab, sprint across the field, and a dot down to first base. Tell he's done that a few times in his career. Great athleticism.
Back to the top and Bader. Ball from Dreyer. They're just looking through what we're talking through there with the schedule. Dodgers in the middle of what is going to be 16 in a row to finish the season against teams in playoff position, or at least fighting for a playoff spot. You'd love to be able to kind of coast in, have things lined up yourself, play some teams who weren't necessarily fighting, but you're going to have teams that are fighting for one thing or another every step of the way. And you know what? That's okay, because you're fighting for something yourselves.
Just even what we're seeing against this Phillies team. I mean, this is what you want. You don't want to be losing this game, but you definitely want to be facing elite pitching. Check. I mean, that's what they're going to see this entire series, including the bullpen for the Phillies. And then batters in the lineup that are going to challenge your pitchers. Be able to give Dave Roberts an idea of who he's going to go to in October.
Nice bounce back game for Jack Dreyer tonight. He strikes out Harrison Bader. Stand and stretch time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store. Dodgers had a 4-0 lead in this game, but a 6-run 6th inning for the Phillies, and it is 6-4. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, Joe and Jess and Kirsten back here at Dodger Stadium, where Andy Pages will lead off against Christopher Sanchez. Dodgers scored 3 runs on 4 hits over the first 2 innings against Sanchez, but here he is pitching into the 7th with the lead. And he's in there with strike 1 on Pages, who's gotten hits both times against him. He's doing his best Jesus Luzardo impression. The Dodgers will see tomorrow. Luzardo last week gave up 4 runs to the first 5 hitters and wound up going 8 innings in the game. These Phillies starters, it's as if they've had a 6th sense for their team needing them. Wheeler goes down. Nola hasn't been good. And these guys have all delivered extra tough efforts.
Those are your 2 aces, too. I mean, Wheeler and Nola coming into the season, you're thinking those are for sure the dudes. Wheeler was until he went down. Thoracic outlet syndrome, just had surgery. And I just think about Aaron Nola and where he's at. This Phillies team has 3 dudes that any team would want as their #1 pitcher. Without their 2 best being able to pitch.
That lack of catch there cost him a strike. Pages swats it to right. It's a moot point. It's caught by Kepler. Three of the 4 runs for the Dodgers in this game have been driven in by Kike Hernandez. Sac fly his last time, 2-run home run against Sanchez in the 2nd.
Both hard hits against off speed. Home run on the changeup. Sac fly driven deep left on the slider.
He didn't miss hitting that one out by a whole lot. Tanner Banks has started to loosen. David Robertson closed out yesterday's game throwing as well. Sanchez home with a 1-1. Kike fouls it off, strike 2. Rortvedt due next. Miguel Rojas in the on-deck circle. The 1-2 pitch to short and stop. 2 out. So Rojas heads in there. He quietly has been one of the hottest guys, well above 300 over the last almost month, and he's been their best pinch hitter this year. Trying to deliver in that role again, get Ohtani to the plate as the tying run.
12 RBIs in those 24 games. I love looking at the highlight reel because you see him hit the ball to all fields, the slug, the base hits, anything that's given to him.
And you see the pinch hitter numbers there, 6 out of 13. Four runs the first 4 innings against Sanchez, just 1 base runner the last 3 against the Phillies lefty, who's home with an 0-1 pitch. Rojas pokes it deep down the right field line, but foul. That wasn't foul by much, and it had home run distance to it.
Snuck inside that pole.
.100 pitch coming from Sanchez. Dalton Rushing just activated today, getting ready to go in to do the catching with Rojas pinch hitting for Rortvedt. Another 0-2 and another foul ball. We talk about Ohtani making it look easy, hitting triple digits. Christopher Sanchez looks like he's hardly sweating. Ho hum, rocking chair.
I mean, even when he gave up the home runs back in the 2nd inning, I mean, same face, same reactions.
Strikes out Rojas and manages to get through 7 innings in this game. Christopher Sanchez sticks with it, goes 7 innings in position to win this game. On to the 8th inning we go. Anthony Banda is going to come on to pitch for the Dodgers, and he's on to face the guy that took him deep in the 1st inning yesterday, and Kyle Schwarber.
An opener came in with a slider that really beat Kyle Schwarber's body, but the hands and the strength able to get this one over the fence. That was in the 1st inning. Bats went quiet for a while after that. Here to face him again.
Trying to get on the same page. It's like when you're walking through the grocery store and you're headed at somebody down the aisle and you both go the same way and then you both go the other way, and then oh, it's so awkward. You wind up just kissing. Like, oh geez, I was just trying to walk by you. Yeah. Our producer Mike Levy says, "What grocery store is this?"
Oh, just the image of you like some old guy.
Yeah.
Slow dancing with.
Inside, 1-1 on Schwarber. Banda trying to keep it right here. Dodgers have the top of the order coming up. Chance to grow the lead in the division tonight. Padres losing against New York. So it's at 2.5 at this point. Days dwindling. Eleven games left after tonight. On a 2-1, Schwarber takes in the dirt for ball 3.
Being so careful with that slider. This is the test Dave Roberts wanted, facing the same 2 that he faced just last night, struggled against. See what adjustments that he can make.
And he's walked him to open this inning. I mean, this falls right in line with what Dave Roberts has said. Sure, you want some of these young guys to emerge and step up as candidates to pitch big innings in the postseason, but you got who you got. And the best way for this team to be successful, the only way for this team to really be successful, is for the guys that they've counted on all along to figure it out. And Andrew Friedman was saying, like yesterday, There's a lot of guys whose stuff has been pretty good. They just got to restore the confidence with how rough this last stretch has been. And that's the biggest thing to accomplish for this team over the last 11 games. The seeding at this point, with the 2 seed looking like it's probably not going to happen, you can make arguments for really any spot in those wild card rounds. The thing was to avoid the wild card round. Once you play it, yeah, look, going on the road, not ideal, but we showed the bracket earlier. It at least would put you on the opposite side of the bracket from the Phillies. You know, you can ask the question, do you want to host a wild card round but then have to play the Phillies? Or do you want to go on the road for the wild card round and not have to play them until the championship series? Not that the Brewers are going to be any fun to face, but you can break it down a few different ways. But again, the biggest deal here is just having this bullpen feeling better about itself as you head into whatever this winds up looking like.
A lot of big name teams, and I'm with you. That matchup, especially getting to the DS. Milwaukee has a better record. I think you take them and their success in the postseason versus the Phillies.
Schwarber was running there as this ball is poked to left field, caught by Call for the first out of the 8th.
Talk about it with hitters all the time, Joe. I mean, you get to October, it's the reset button, right? Doesn't matter, those numbers go away. Struggles during the regular season. You see guys emerge that did not do well during the regular season, and that's what I feel about this Dodgers bullpen. For so many of these guys that up and down, but ultimately they lack the confidence. It's reset here in a week and a half.
Such a mental game, too.
Especially because that's been so much of the narrative. And that narrative's changed throughout the season, but as of late, it's been the bullpen. Pretty much a little bit of everybody, too.
Time taken by Brandon Marsh, who had the biggest swing in that 6-run 6th inning. A go-ahead 3-run shot.
Back in the 6th. Got another slider. Just left hanging. Huge put away shot to take the lead.
Schwarber runs again on a bullet to first. A double play. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 6-4. Dodgers trail by 2. When this game wraps up, stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by Mercury Insurance. Hopefully those guys are talking about a rousing comeback here. 6-4, Phillies with a 6-run 6th after 5 no-hit innings from Shohei Ohtani. They get 6 runs against Robleski. Ohtani to lead off the 8th. And David Robertson, who was able to close it down last night, is on to pitch.
17 years in the bigs. A huge night for him last night. He talked about, you mentioned, sitting on his couch just a few months ago. He said he was actually a taxi cab helping out at the school, making lunches for his kids. And then just realized, you know what, I've got more to give.
High fly ball to deep right field. 5 no-hit innings on the mound and a skyscraping home run. There's nobody like him. Never has been. Doubtful there ever will be. It is his 50th of the year. Back-to-back 50 home run seasons to begin his time with the Dodgers. And he's got him within 1 here in the 8th.
Where that pitch was located, Joe. I mean, it was up and in, off the plate, the bat speed.
Betts with a jam shot to right center field. Caught by Kepler.
Just aggressive swinging that you see Shohei, but look at the bend that he can get with his body to get to a ball, cutting into his hands, and then sky high. See the apex on this thing. Just sit back, Shohei, and watch this beauty. Home run number 50.
Six-5 score in the 8th. Slider for a strike on Tasker. 4 of the 5 runs in this game for the Dodgers via the home run. 6 homers in the 2 games against the Phillies. Hernandez still looking for his first hit. 7 hits the last 2 days in San Francisco. 0 for 7, 2 games here. On a 1-1 pitch. Rips one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. And it scoots by Marsh. Tying run in scoring position on a Teoscar Hernandez double.
Cutter up in the zone. Teoscar Hernandez just continues what's been such a hot stretch, especially with the extra base hits. 2 doubles last night, another one to add here. Brandon Marsh can't even get to this one in the corner. Rob Thompson has seen enough from David Robertson, who was the hero closer last night.
He leaves the game. Dodgers back to within 1. A pair of 5-0s tonight for Shohei Ohtani. No hits over 5 innings. Home run number 50. Ohtani's 50th home run of the year has brought the Dodgers back to within 1 here in the 8th inning. Teoscar Hernandez has doubled, so the tying run is in scoring position. Tanner Banks on to pitch against Freddie Freeman.
Coming in 65th game, 15th highest appearances. Has struggled as of late for this Phillies bullpen. Earned run 3 of the last 7 appearances.
Overall, very tough on lefties. On for the lefty Freeman. Fouls off the first pitch.
Talking about waking up a crowd. I mean, Shohei Ohtani getting them on their feet through 5 innings. No hit ball. Got real quiet the last few. And then that monster blast. This crowd is amped.
Freeman trying to raise the decibel level again. It's 1-1 on Freddie, who's grounded out all 3 times today. 390 against left-handed pitching over the last almost 2 months. The 1-1 from Banks. Freeman takes ball 2. Two and two. Banks to Freeman. Freddie takes in the dirt ball 3. Dodgers refused to roll over yesterday. They erased deficits 3 times. This one didn't look like it was going to necessitate a comeback. They had a 4-0 lead with a 6-run punch from the Phillies in the 6th. 3-2. Fights it off, stays alive. That is the ultimate protecting swing.
No better attitude than Freddie Freeman to be able to be that late and just waste it. Say, no, I don't want that. It's not what I was looking for. I'm sitting on your slider, but give me a 4-seam. Okay. You got late.
Continue to battle against Banks. This will be the 8th pitch coming. On a day where the Dodgers again are out hitting the Phillies and again have the long ball. They have 3 of them. Still looking for their first hit of this series, though, with a runner in scoring position. Freddie Freeman takes ball 4. Passes the baton to Tommy Edman. Tommy's 1 for 3. Singled and scored back in the 4th. We're talking about Tommy coming off of the injured list. His ankle still doesn't feel great. Feels good enough for him to run around. I asked him how his swings are feeling because he got to maintain 2 of them as a switch hitter. This side right here, his natural side, said pretty much is plug and play. Feels good no matter what. And so he was happy to see this run of left-handed pitching. He could take that for a spin against the other side, the left side, which comes and goes more frequently. He says that feels pretty darn good as well, and that he had all that time down on the injured list where he didn't have to worry about going out and performing, could work on his swing each day. So it feels like he's in a good place, trying to finish strong here. Aimed towards October, where he made his name for the Dodgers last year. He's got the tying run at second. The go-ahead run at first. First pitch from Banks. Backs him off of the plate. Ball 1. Base hit to left field. They had to be certain that it would get through, so it's just station to station. They're loaded up. They're loaded up for call. So if you go to the lefty and Tanner Banks to face Freddie Freeman, that's the lefty-lefty matchup you want. Freeman coaxes the walk out of him. But with a 3-batter minimum, you have to face Call, who has mashed lefties, has a home run against one of them tonight.
Yeah, one of the best lefties in the league. He homered off of a slider deep.
Tying run 90 feet away. Go-ahead run in scoring position. Dodgers 1 for 10. That was the first hit. Edmonds hit there. 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position in these 2 games. Still looking for one of those hits to score a run. Outside corner, strike 2. After call, it's Pages. Infield pulls in. 0-2 comes home, and he fouls it back. Fly to left center field. Should be deep enough to tie this game. Here comes Hernandez. Marsh's throw goes to third. It's 6-6. Alex Call with a game-tying sacrifice fly. Pages with 2 out. And what a series Andy Pages has had. 5 hits in the 2 games. Tied it in the 9th yesterday with a home run. Chance to give him the lead in the 8th. The 1-0 from Banks. Pages takes very high. Ball 2. 5 out of 7. 3 extra base hits.
His third double in this game, and just the extra base hits galore. All fields, all pitches. Love the hit he had earlier too, going back knee to a changeup. I mean, there hasn't been a pitch he doesn't like, especially when it comes to the slug.
Pops this one up, back of first. Bryce Harper's into foul ground. He's got it. And that's the inning. But the Dodgers have tied the game. Ohtani homers and Alex Call ties it with a sac fly. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Arco. Quality gas for less, now with rewards. A 2-run bottom of the 8th for the Dodgers has tied this game. So 6-6 to the 9th we go. Blake Trinan's on to pitch. Otto Kemp coming up to hit. Well, second consecutive game for Blake Trinan last night where he took the loss, allowing the free runner to score in extra innings. It was the double steal that led to the go-ahead run last night. Sacrifice fly brought it in. He didn't give up a hit, but a run, and Dodgers couldn't get the free runner in themselves. Strike on Kemp. Look ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. Kike Hernandez. And then Dalton Rushing, who's checked in to do the catching before Shohei Ohtani. 0-2 on Kemp. To third, and Hernandez, who is hugging the line there to get Kemp. And Yohan Duran gets ready. Rob Thompson not messing around. They asked him before the game, you know, about the lineup. Hey, this doesn't look like a post-celebration lineup. He said, we still got stuff we're trying to do. We still got things we're trying to accomplish. Kepler flies one to the left field corner. Dead sprint call. Won't get there, but foul. Game and a half back of the Brewers for the 1 seed. And he said, plus, these guys all wanted to play. He said, I'll give them a few days. Perhaps coming up here as the Phillies leave here and go to Arizona. He said maybe give them a day or two off on the turf, the top guys.
Tells you a lot about the team, though, when the big dogs, the bigger names, they want to face the Dodgers. They want to be in the lineup. A lot of players would take that. Hey, we celebrated, we clinched. Give me the day off.
Straight up. Straight down, 2 out.
Second baseman number 37, Weston Wilson.
And here's Weston Wilson. The Phillies giving different meaning to all or nothing tonight. The 6th inning was all. The rest of the game, nothing. 6 for 8, 6 runs in the 6th. 0 for 21 the rest of the night. Wilson crushes a high line drive to left field that will skip off the wall. Call plays the carom, guns it into second. Double for Wilson.
Weston Wilson, who homered yesterday. Big hit down here at the bottom of the order.
Mark Pryor's out for a visit before Bryson Stott hits. Stott's hitless in 3 tries today. Last chance for him, at least in regulation, to extend his on-base streak, where it sits at 16 games. Trying to get this game to the bottom of the 9th right here. Tied at 3 or tied at 6. with Kike Hernandez, Dalton rushing, and Shohei Ohtani due up. First one from Trinan. Stop. Watches a sinker miss away. After 5 no-hit innings from Ohtani, 5 different relievers for the Dodgers. Blusky gave up 5. Enriquez gave up 1, but Dreyer and Banda both scoreless innings. Trying to make it a 3rd in a row here. Wilson at second, 2 away. 2-0 pitch to Bryson Stott. Ball 3 after Stott. It's Marchand, the 9-hitter. And they're going to go ahead and put Stott on instead of try and battle back against him and take their chances with Marchand. The 9 spot has not been an automatic out in this series. Yeah, the big home run from Wilson yesterday. Marchand had the first hit of the day for the Phillies today and started that 6-run 6th. Well, the folks here at Dodger Stadium just kind of holding their breath, hoping Trinan can get through this. 2 on, 2 out. Ball 1 on Marchand. Top of the order, and Bader next.
Quicker 2 outs with that sweeper. First 2 batters in this inning. Now creating some length.
There's a strike. Trinan's 2-1. Ball 3. It's gone from holding their breath to groaning. Trinan fires a 3-1. Marchand rips one deep to right field, and it bounces off the top of the wall and into the seats. A home run. You got to be kidding. Rafael Marchand, a career 190 hitter, has given the Phillies a 9-6 lead in the 9th inning.
Just his 2nd home run of the season.
And just the 7th of his 6 years in the majors.
Barely. I mean, it ricocheted off the door to then hit the top of the railing. I mean, inches.
You're talking inches short and inches left. And it's not a home run. But it is what it is. And it ain't good. Trinan got the first 2 outs of this inning on 5 pitches. But a lot like the 6th inning, the Phillies then just explode with the bottom of the order doing it.
Even just the expressions in the Phillies dugout when he hit it. I mean, just wide open shock.
Bader to left center. Call is there. To the bottom of the ninth. Boy, two, I don't know what the word is, back and forth roller coaster glass case of emotion ball games. Dodgers and Phillies. Phillies win the first one 6-5 in 10 innings, and a Rafael Marchand home run has them in position to win this game as well. Hernandez rushing. Ohtani due up against Duran.
Johan Duran, one of the best closers in the game, coming over from the Minnesota Twins. Did give up a home run last night. The Dodgers.
Yeah, and he's going to face a pinch hitter. It's Max Muncy, who heads up there trying to get this thing started. Ball one. Faced him last night, struck out. Max has faced Duran before, and he said always tough, but at least before you knew it was going to be something really firm. Since he started throwing that curveball, that's what has made life extra tough. Bounce it to second for the first out of the ninth.
Go 101, 102 on the fastball consistently. The breaking ball, curveball off of that. Pretty sick splitter as well.
Dalton Rushing makes his return from the injured list. Good chance he's in there tomorrow as the starter to catch Blake Snell. And welcome back, buddy. Go in there and face Duran. Came on defensively after Rojas had pinch hit for Rortvedt. One and two. Bites it off, stays alive. Big old bounce over to second. Close play, but in time, and the Dodgers are down to their last out. Well, the one great thing about tonight has been Shohei Ohtani, who fired 5 no-hit innings on the mound against one of the top lineups in the National League. However, depleted them 8 and then launched his 50th home run of the year. And I mean launched.
Just sat back, skyrocketed it. And he had the good stuff tonight. I mean, his stuff as a pitcher, always good, but extra, especially you can feel October nearing. It's like he's dialing in all his pitches even that much better. The command.
But after those 5 no-hit innings for Ohtani, 9 runs against the bullpen. The Dodger pen gave up 9 runs in a game 4 times over the previous 7 years. That's the 5th time this year alone. Strike one. Off Duran. Over to first in time, and the Phillies win it in the top of the 9th. Dodgers lose a chance right here to gain a game in the division, so it remains at 2 games as the Padres also fall to a National League East foe in New York. Brewers won as well, so the Phillies stay a game and a half back for the best record.
Highlights definitely Shohei and what he showed with his stuff to start this game. Alex Call, the home run that he had back in the 2nd, the sac fly, but still a loss. Finished with 10 hits. Still out hit the Phillies in this one.
For Jessica Mendoza, Kirsten Watson, the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Blake Snell takes the ball tomorrow to face off with Jesus Luzardo with the Phillies. For now, stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
God bless you. I'm up on this one again. No.
Double pro.
I met this girl last December. Her name na Monica. She sent me her picture from Twitter. She dey always wear short Nika tie. Monica too fine, no, but Monica too like money. I spend money for Monica. She still the follow. She still the waka. See Monica with trendy boy. I see Monica with the pro. I see Monica with Tomo Healer. GC, now waiting this up. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife for Matilda. Too much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother. Christmas clothes for your sister. Plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father Okada tie. She still the waka. She still the follow. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife for Matilda.
If you get money, Monica go stay with you. If you not go get money, Monica fit stay with you. Monica, follow. If you get big things, she swallow. If you don't get, borrow. Monica don't take for Kalika, fi shame you. If you're today, no be the same you. Why can't they love the same you? Monica, when I see for Facebook, Monica go far away. Monica, they will start day. Fuck me, I go away. When tell me I like it. Just you can't spend money. Monica want come party. If you no come concert, Monica no be dirty. She like dirties.
Come to my place, she go run, come. I swear she go run, come. She see me take out money, she go shake bum. She go shake bum. She dey pepper for mat like say I lick dum. Like say I lick dum. She do like skin that she know they use condom. I swear she know they use condom. Monica, oh, Monica go kill the best, yo. Too much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother. Christmas clothes for your sister. Plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father Okada tie. She still the waka. She still the follow. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife for Matilda.
It's